Well, there actually is some precedent. He is actually the fourth Chinese leader to visit Seattle. In fact, Deng Xiaoping visited Seattle after relations between the two countries were normalized. Former President Jiang Zemin also visited, as well as Xi's predecessor Hu Jintao in 2006. But there's also a huge Chinese and Asian influence here. Asian Americans make up nearly 14% of the Seattle population. That's the largest minority group in the city, and the 11th largest Asian American community in the United States. And business with China is booming. Jessica touched on some of the details. The state of Washington did more trade with China than any other U.S. state. That's about $30 billion a year. And more than half of China's commercial jetliners are made by Seattle-based Boeing, which is lobbying for more business and possible production facilities in China. Now, Jessica mentioned that this trip will be a little bit different because Xi Jinping will actually go to a little bit south to Tacoma, where there's a sister city relationship. Also, those two places have benefited greatly from the sister city relationship. China is actually Tacoma's largest trading partner by both volume and dollar, and Fuzhou serves as the gateway to the China market. So some major commercial ties between the two places to make the selection Seattle.
So, Mark, what's on the agenda of President Xi's stop there in Seattle?
Well, President Xi Jinping will land in Seattle tomorrow, and he's got a very hectic schedule ahead of him. He'll be in numerous meetings as he's greeted by the state's former governor, Christine Gregoire, and former governor and ambassador to China, Gary Locke. He'll be in meetings with state and local officials, as well as giving a policy speech to business leaders. One of the big things happening will be the tech forum that he is holding, where many high-profile executives will be attending. We do know that Microsoft executives will be attending, Amazon executives. This is actually the annual U.S.-China Internet Industry Forum. China's Liu Wei, the senior Chinese official in charge of cybersecurity and internet policy, will also be present. This is a vital meeting, the two sides disagreeing over how U.S. companies, tech companies that get into China, whether their servers should be in China and whether China should have access to that data. And it comes, ironically, at a very interesting time because for the first time, Apple's store has been hacked, and they recently removed dozens of popular apps that had been infected by malware. All of those affected apps were developed in China, and ironically, Apple CEO Tim Cook will be attending the meetings, so there will definitely be some interesting discussions and things to work out. Benina.
All right, let's leave it there, Mark. Thanks very much for those insights. Mark New, live for us there in Seattle.